What is up, guys? It's your boy, J-Dog. I know this was big news, but basically it was big news last week. So if you don't remember, I made a video about 8 months ago talking about what happened to Elfrid Payton and where he was at. And in the last video, we said he was in the Mad Ants G League team. And he is no longer on the team. But there is some good news I want to talk to you. But before we can explain this, I want you guys to subscribe, like, and turn those post notifications on so you don't miss any more content. This may be a short video for today, but let's go. So, obviously in the last video we talked about where he was with the Magic, then he went to the Phoenix Suns. He went to a lot of NBA teams throughout the years. Obviously, he went to the Pelicans after the Suns. Then after that, he went to the Knicks. And then he went to the Suns, and we had not seen him at all. So he hasn't been in the NBA since 2022, and it is now 2024, and Elfrid Payton is officially back, and he is currently on the New Orleans Pelicans, as obviously he played there like 5 years ago, and now he's playing with the Pelicans again. Now, this is going to be a lot different for Payton, because when Payton was last on the Pelicans, he played with Anthony Davis and Julius Randle and all those other guys, and then he went to New York with Julius Randle. But now that he's on the Pelicans, he has Zion, and then obviously the Pelicans, who just got Dejounte Murray. Elfrid Payton was a starter when Murray was out with that broken hand, but Murray finally recovered and is finally playing again. So Elfrid Payton, I believe, still played a lot of minutes. Not a lot of minutes, but he came off the bench. Now, currently, he doesn't get much minutes, as we probably only see him on the court for like 2 minutes, goes on the bench. He sits on the bench for a long time, and then sometimes he doesn't come back to the court until the third quarter. So I feel like Elfrid Payton is good, okay? I am so happy that he is back in the NBA. And everyone's probably missed him by now. And everyone's probably excited about this, especially you Pelican fans. But last time he was with the Magic, I don't think he was a role player, but he was a decent player. But now that he's a role player, we'll see if the Pelicans are going to keep him. Obviously, Payton did play in the preseason, and the Pelicans waived him. Well, that's what I heard. I don't know if they ever waived him, but I think they said they waived him, but then I guess they re-signed him again. So he's officially back on the Pelicans, and he wears the jersey number 22. So if you ever watch a Pelicans game and you're wondering where Payton's at, you already know what jersey number he's wearing. So I know the jersey number situation doesn't matter, but if you're a big fan of Payton and you don't know where he's at on the court, so and then he had an amazing game last week against the Pacers, guys, and he had 21 assists, which is crazy because that's impossible. And then a few days later, Trae Young had 20 assists. So what is up with everyone getting 20 assists? Like getting 20s, like 20 plus assists. So Payton had 21 assists, and he finished with 14 points. And that is the right way to show the NBA that you're officially back, and that you're going to show the NBA not to get rid of you. So you gotta play good again. So Payton's getting a lot of good numbers, but I'm so glad Elfrid Payton is back in the NBA, because we have not seen him in the NBA, like I said, since 2022 when he was with the Suns. Obviously, the Suns did win that series in the first round against the Pelicans, and then they played in the second round where they lost, and then we never saw Payton ever again. But now that Payton is back, I think he's going to average a lot more. But I don't know if he will at the same time, because obviously you have Murray back in the area, and like I said, I don't know if the Pelicans are going to want to keep him, because he has a chance right now, obviously, because the Pelicans have a lot of injured players like Zion. You have Herbert Jones. And there was a lot more players that were injured. Obviously, some of the injured players came back. So last week, we had Zion out, we had Murray out, we had Herbert Jones out, and we had McCollum out. But Murray and McCollum are officially back on the court, but we have not seen Zion or Jones yet. The last time I ever saw Herb Jones on the court was when I watched that Warriors game. But I don't know what Elfrid Payton's thinking right now, but I'm pretty sure he just feels happy to be back on the court. Maybe it's an early birthday present for him to be back on the NBA court. But like I said, I feel good that Payton is back. So let's take a look at how much he's averaging. Before I show you the stats, I found this out. Payton produced 6 points, 3-6 field goal, 1 rebound, 7 assists, 2 blocks, and 1 steal across 17 minutes during Sunday's 118-85 loss to the Knicks. And then it says, despite a limited workload, Payton made the most of his points and showcased his impressive playmaking ability. That workload makes him tough to trust in fantasy. However, and minutes won't be easy to come by when Dejounte Murray and CJ McCollum are both healthy. So that's exactly what I said. I said, I don't know if Payton's going to get a lot of minutes. I don't know if he's going to be averaging a lot because of Murray and McCollum taking up the court and taking up the position. But like I said, he's not going to get that much minutes on the court with McCollum and Murray there. So yeah, that's what I have to say. But I'm glad that Payton is back, and obviously he came back. So obviously he's not going to explode just yet because obviously he just came back and he needs to get a fresh start being back in the NBA. Obviously it's been a lot, so he's got a refresher now that he is back in the NBA. And like, he's just special, okay? He's a special guy. And I think he's got a lot of what it takes throughout this season. So hopefully they do keep him, and hopefully they don't get rid of him. I mean, if he does get traded, I'm okay with that. But getting him kicked off the team, and then, because I'm just worried that if he gets kicked off the team, he's probably never going to be back in the NBA yet again. So I'm hoping that they could keep him as long as possible. So guys, you know how I said I was hoping the Pelicans weren't going to get rid of Payton? But unfortunately, I just found out that he has been waived by the Pelicans, and he's no longer on the Pelicans. Unfortunately, but he did play yesterday against the Hawks as they dealt with numbers of injuries to key stars and rotation. But now that they're back, it just sucks. But with the Pelicans, he averaged 6.7 points, 6.9 assists, and 3.4 rebounds in 7 games for the Pelicans. So he's only played 7 games for the Pelicans, and he's already waived. And I just said that right now. I hope they don't get rid of him. And then I find this out that he has got kicked off the team. So no more Payton on the Pelicans. And like I said, I'm worried, like, if the Pelicans waived him, that what if he won't be in the NBA anymore? Like, what if NBA teams don't want him anymore? Because maybe that was his last shot at being in the NBA, was with the Pelicans. I don't know if he's going to stay in the NBA or if he's going to leave yet again, and is he going to be officially done. But this sucks, man. He's probably not going to find another NBA team, unfortunately. But how could you get rid of him when he literally had 21 assists per game? Well, not per game, but in a game he had 21 assists. So why would you get rid of him? That makes no sense. But that's gonna do it for today's video. But I do want to spill a little bit of tea and talk about him in 2K. I believe he was a 73 in 2K, but the worst part is they have his real face player card. Like, they have his real face player card, but when you edit him, he has a fake face. He has no face scan. And I just think it's weird because when he was in 2K before, he had a face scan. But then when he left the NBA for a little bit, he came back to 2K and now he doesn't have a face scan. So I don't like that at all. But now that Payton's gone, I don't really care what 2K does with him. But I'm not saying his career is over, but the chances are I think it's over for Payton. But hey, that's going to do it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and turn those J-Dog notifications on so you don't miss any more J-Dog content. But anyways, I'm J-Dog, and I'm out. Peace.